definitely not in for a scare because it's targeted to children that are 8 years old. Goosebumps, book number 12. Be careful what you wish for. Samantha Bird is this awkward, tall girl, very lanky. All the kids at school, they call her Bird because her last name is Bird and she looks like a bird, so they'll oftentimes call her Stork, all sorts of stuff. So we have a character named Judith who's mocking her all the time. The thing is, I've never met a Judith in my life, but it already sounds like a name of a bitch. So during home ec class, they made pudding or some stupid shit you make, which is easy. You just open the snack pack. You made pudding. Sam's sitting down in class, Judith's walking past her, and Judith pretends to fall and drops this pudding all over her brand new Doc Martens. Sam, like a reasonable 12-year-old, freaks out and starts choking Judith, right? Sam goes to lunch with her friend Corey, who appears 3 times in the entire story, and every time he's in the lunchroom, he just tells him about like, oh my God, I hate her so much. I know when I get to basketball practice later today, she's gonna be so mean to me and make fun of the way I play. And Corey's like, oh, don't be a cunt, just go live your life. We're 12. Not that big of a deal. So Sam goes to basketball practice and she misses every single shot she plays in basketball the entire time. She falls down like 24 times. Everybody laughs at her. They call her Stork. They call her the Bird. Blah, ha, ha, laughter ensues. It basically is warming up as Carrie Light. Diet Carrie. Sam's going home. She's riding her bicycle. When all of a sudden she runs into this cloaked figure. Clarissa's got like a cloak on or a hood or something like that. It's pouring down rain. She takes the hood off and Sam can't identify how old Clarissa is. She could be like 20 or she could be 1,426 years old. Like, that's the range. Clarissa's like, oh my God, I'm lost. I need help. Can you help me find Madison Avenue or something like that? And Sam's like, yeah. Finally, they get to Madison Avenue. And Clarissa's like, you have been so kind to me. Let me repay all of your wonderful gestures. Let me grant you 3 wishes. And Sam's like, well, I've been walking with a crazy person. She reaches into her cloak and pulls out a crystal ball. Okay, you can grant me 3 wishes. Yeah. Well, I wish that I was the best player on my basketball team. By this point, it's like 11 o'clock at night. Sam is 12, wandering the streets by herself. She gets home, no one's even concerned. Her mom works like 3 jobs, and they mentioned that once, but never explain why. Her like mom wears this like ratty old ski jumper like all the time. They never talk about that. But Sam doesn't give a shit. She wants to make wishes about basketball. So Sam, her mother, her father, and her brother Ron are sitting there playing basketball while their dog Punkin is yapping around. Ron's a star athlete and Sam sucks ball. And Sam's thinking, oh, I'll probably be Michael Jordan now, you know? I could probably play, you know, because my last name's Bird, so I should be like Larry Bird. Goes to take it for a shot and misses the goal entirely. And Ron's like cursing, making fun of her. He decides he's gonna go for the ball. And while he's gone, she's like, man, my brother's so mean to me. I wish he was an inch tall. And then she realizes, oh, what if that wish came true? Which I don't understand why she's afraid of that, because the first fucking wish didn't come true. So why the hell do you think the second one did? You think it's like it's a weird sort of process? Nothing in the world works like that. Don't go to a restaurant and be like, can I have a cheeseburger? And they're like, no, and something else. What do you want? No, wrong. Give me something else. You want to have a chicken sandwich? Yeah, you can have that one. Only the second choice. And then the camera died. And suddenly, it was a different day, and we were in North Carolina driving. Sam wishes her brother to be an inch tall, and that fucking doesn't happen. So she's like, okay, I just met a crazy crystal ball lady. I'm just gonna go back to school and have a normal day. She goes to her basketball game, very scared about what's gonna happen, but thinks secretly in her head that she's gonna be Rambo if Rambo played basketball, which Rambo does not play basketball. That'd be a kick-ass movie. Think about it, Sylvester Stallone. She still sucks balls at basketball. Everybody else started sucking worse than she did. And everybody else keeps getting weaker and weaker and weaker. She shows up the next day to school and nobody else is there. Like, none of her friends or people from the basketball team are there. They're all out sick because they're so weak they can't even make it in to see the doctor. She has this guilt-laden sort of thing, so she calls Judith. And she's like, hey, are you alive? And Judith's like, I am, but you're a witch. You cursed me. How did you know? How did you know? Internally, but, externally, she's like, no, I didn't. I never. So she goes to see Judith. She's in Judith's room. Judith's like dying. And she's like, it's kind of weird that you came to see me. And Sam's like, I just wanted to make sure that you were okay. And Judith's like, well, you're a witch and you cursed me. We studied witches in history and I know that you're a witch. And Sam's like, I'm not a witch. And Judith's like, you're a witch. And Sam's like, I'm not a witch. And Judith's like, you're a witch. And Sam's like, okay, I'm a witch. I cursed you. Which is bullshit. I don't know why she would say that. She's not a witch. Clarissa, who explains it all. That bitch is the witch. So Sam's leaving the house, and she's like, I wish Judith just disappeared. And then all of a sudden Clarissa pops up behind her with a crystal ball glowing, going, your wish is my...
Command?
That's it, yeah. I didn't know what it says. That didn't even make sense. Your wish is my command? Is that the right thing? That's a stupid phrase. Wakes up in her house, and it's 8:14, and she's late for school. And she's like, oh, why didn't my mom wake me up? So she goes to see her mom, and her mom's not there. She's like, well, fuck it, I guess I'll just go to school. So she goes to school. Nobody's at school. And then she starts freaking out, because she's like, how will I feed myself? I'm only this many years old. And so she goes back home, and there's barely any peanut butter left. So she's for sure a goner. She starts crying, and then all of a sudden Clarissa shows up in her house. And she's like, are you not satisfied with your wish? And Sam's like, no, I just wanted Judith to disappear. Not everybody. I can't eat by myself, see? I need somebody to feed me. Wah. Clarissa's like, I just wanted to repay your kindness. Do you want to think about your wish again? Do you want to change your wish? But be careful. The name of the book is Be Careful What You Wish For. So you might want to, yeah, I'll change my wish. I wish that everybody came back, but Judith thought I was the greatest person on earth. And Clarissa's like, are you sure? Yeah, that's what I want. She wakes up the next day, everybody's back. Her mom wakes her up, her dad's there. She goes to school, everybody's at school. When she's walking in the doors, everybody's like, hey, bird, hey, stork, how you doing, stork? Making fun of her again for being bird-like. And she's like, well, at least they're back. And then she sees Judith. But now Judith has the same exact haircut that she does. And Judith talking to her like, oh, you're so good at dressing, Sam. I love everything you do. You want to sit in front of me, Sam? Because your education is much more important than I am. You have a basketball game afterwards. And at the start of the game, Sam walks in. Judith, who's the best basketball player in town, which is revealed at this moment, is all like, guys, I think before we start the game, we should rename Sam the best, team captain because she's the best player that we have. And everybody's like, what the fuck? Really? Are you okay? Like, I just touched Trevor's forehead to make sure he didn't have a fever. Judith's like, hey, that was a really great game you played, Sam. Do you want to go study after dinner tonight? And Sam's like, no, I'm sorry, I got shit to do, fuck off. Sam goes home, just wondering what the fuck she's gonna do about this whole Judith situation. She eats dinner with her parents, she goes back up to her room to go to sleep, and all of a sudden a hand comes over her face, and it's Judith. Judith's in the bed with her. And he's like, I couldn't wait to see you. I knew we had to study together. Sam tells her, we're going to get you the fuck out of my house. We can't do this anymore. You have to leave me the fuck alone. They start arguing, and Judith is like, I just want to be like you. I love you so much. And Sam's like, get the fuck away from me. And I don't know what she does. Maybe she, clicks her heels 3 times. And Clarissa shows up. She's like, are you displeased with your wish? And Sam's like, yes, I'm very displeased. I wish I would have never met you. And Clarissa's like, I'm sorry. I just wanted you to be happy. I just wanted to repay your kindness. And Sam's like, I wish I never met you. And Clarissa's like, well, this is normally not the way the contract goes. With a breach of contract, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you one more wish. This is the last wish I can give you. I promised you 3. Bitch, this is 4. I don't know if you can count these. Sam's like, I wish I never met you, which that's a perfect way to make a wish. But then the bitch fucks it up with, I wish I never met you, and Judith did. That will be Judith's curse. That'll be my revenge on Judith. Which Judith, from the beginning, spilled tapioca pudding on Sam's foot and called her a name. So the next thing you know, Sam is watching Judith and Clarissa meet. And she's trying to make out what Judith is saying, and she thinks she hears something about bird fly away. And then Judith starts to laugh. And so Sam is confused by it all, but then she gets distracted by a worm on the ground. And the worm looks really juicy and nice. So she begins to peck at it. And then she grabs it and eats it, and flaps her wings, and takes off into the air. It's a creative way to answer the wishes. Like, you want to be the best basketball player on the team? I'll make everybody else suck. I like that. But at the same time, I never once did I identify with the protagonist, because she was just a cunt. She was just a spiteful, vengeful cunt. And I didn't like that at all. I'm not a person that believes in revenge, you know what I mean? Except for my neighbors, because they keep stealing my goddamn parking spot. Oh, I want to fucking blow up their house.
It's your house too.
I don't give a shit. I'll make my point. So if I was going to rate the book, if my dick is the Washington Monument, this is the tip, right? Just once. Because at least it's touching my dick.
but it's a painful pop. Like, it doesn't feel good. It feels a little good because you get contact, but at the same time, it's like, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? You're pretty. Bye. Peace. Fuck off. I'm done with you. I'm done with you all. Get the fuck out of my car!